Social media is to connect us to other people, yet for many women, looking in on others' lives leaves them feeling more on the outside, more isolated, more dissatisfied, even less than. So how can we put all of those posts and those pictures into perspective? In other words, what can we do when social media drags us down? Dr. Julie Hanks is joining me. Julie, it's always good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I'm especially curious for your opinion on this as someone who consumes and shares quite a bit on social media.
Yeah.
Have you yourself ever felt those pangs of jealousy or even slightly like down then feelings?
No.
No.
I think that's rare because when I talk to people, I don't know, I use envy to motivate me. Like if there's something I want, well then, oh, that looks fun. How can I plan that? Or how can I do that? Yeah, and I'm really good at going, oh, that's awesome for you, but not for me.
But do you get it? Do you get why
I totally get
social media can drag women down?
I totally get it. Yeah, if you're looking at your life compared to, you know, you're sitting in a kitchen with like Cheerios all over and you're in your robe and then you're looking at someone else's house and they're all, you know, kids are smiling. Yeah. So if you just go with the belief that it's not the whole picture. It's half of the picture. It's the picture that we want to put up there. And just, it's a game. It's not like real life. And so that's the perspective that helps me keep it in balance. Like this is a fun way to share information, keep in touch with people. I use it a lot for business and just being a resource. So yeah, it can be hard though. I mean, just to see like...
Sure.
And for me, it's more stress. Like there's so much information and there's so much good stuff I want to read.
Overload.
Yeah.
So I have a couple of girlfriends actually who kind of fit in the category of, gosh, Instagram kind of got me down. Those perfect pictures, right? Those pretty pictures, those perfect posts or appear to be perfect posts. Yeah. And a couple of girlfriends have opted to just shut down altogether, turn off their Facebook page, stop using Instagram. Is that a healthy approach, do you think?
I think that's extreme unless it's really, really impacting the quality of your life. And one thing I've told a lot of clients is you don't have to look at your feed. Just go and look at specific people and then be done. Like you're not required to see what everybody that you're following is doing on a daily basis. You can vet and pick and choose what you want to look at.
So has this come up in the therapy office then? Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is new to us. I mean, this is, you know, social media is really young still, and we're not sure the place that it has in our real lives. But I know people who shut down, you know, blogs or social media accounts and just like, I'm done with that. Or they just want to start afresh. Like, I don't want to unfriend everybody. I just want to close it down and start a new one and just be more selective.
Have a clean slate.
Yeah. So I think we get to be in charge of how, when, and how much we use it. It's not a requirement for a good life.
Right, exactly. It's not a requirement.
Yes.
Well, let's get to some solutions. When social media does drag us down, when those feelings hit, you say it's a great time to be intentional. What do you mean by that? Yeah,
so there's really great research that says if you're just kind of consuming, which is you're not directly interacting, that's when it really impacts the quality of life. If you're just going and looking at things and, you know, oh, I wish I... that doesn't improve your life. But if you're actually intentionally liking, you know, your siblings' pictures, or you're going and commenting, you're doing something intentional, that doesn't seem to impact mental health or quality of life or life satisfaction.
Interesting.
Isn't
so
that great?
Engage more, be purposeful in how you use it.
Don't just use it to fill your time, because that's when it can really bring you down.
I can absolutely see that.
Can you see that?
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
When you're just mindlessly scrolling,
like,
that's when... Do you think social media, you talk about it being new and us not knowing how to use it, do you think social media, the actual structure of social media, is partly to blame here?
Blame for the low
feelings, the down and depressed?
No, I think it's really how we approach it. So there's a really interesting study that found that Facebook, well, and I say Facebook because most of the research has been done with Facebook since it's the oldest and most widely used. So there's a research about Facebook that said it's not your Facebook usage, but it's your feelings of envy. So watch your envy meter. If you're starting to have those feelings of, oh, I wish I had, I'm not good enough, you know, that's when you need to take a break. Turn it off, go do something else.
So if this social interaction, Facebook for example, is dragging you down in the moment, is there a social interaction that can be the antidote, so to speak, that can turn those feelings around?
Yeah, so I think the healthiest purpose for social media is to augment face-to-face relationships. And it does go the other way too. You meet people online and then, but it's really to augment those face-to-face. It cannot replace. And so there was a study with people who were feeling down, and online support and face-to-face support were supportive and helped them feel better, but the face-to-face was a lot more impactful.
It made a bigger difference.
Right. So if you're looking for support emotionally, they can both be helpful, but don't forget the face-to-face voice, being with someone.
I like that. I like that. When it comes to how we're using social media, do you think we can afford to be a little bit more real?
Yeah, I think we can, and I think it's really important to be positive. Emotions are contagious. Did you know that?
I believe that too.
So you want to promote things that are positive and good. And there's research that shows that when people see positive things, they're more likely to post positive things. And I've seen that with myself with negative things, like going, oh, you know, or getting into some kind of debates, or it's like, oh, I just need to like get out of this and
step away.
Yeah, and then post something positive intentionally.
Well, and you can see, I've seen threads that take a total turn when somebody does pipe in with maybe a positive perspective,
right,
or kind of a turn around the tone sort of a comment.
Right.
You can see where it does catch on. It is that contagious energy.
Yeah, it is. And
fuels.
I don't think we realize how much we impact other people, how much our emotions and our mood and our tone impacts. And you don't want to be like, oh, everything's great, and you know, discounting people's pain. But I think if you think, okay, how can I bring more joy, more light, more hope to people?
I'm all for being real and authentic, absolutely. Sometimes I do, though, question, is Facebook really the place to be that real or that open? It's still new. It's still hard to understand how to use it.
So one of the biggest compliments someone gave me, and this was a professional relationship, when we met face-to-face, we met online first, then face-to-face, it was like, you are exactly how I thought you would be. And I was and I didn't realize that. I keep thinking about that, like, that's exactly how I want it to be. Like, and there's actually, we think that people always put their best self. Facebook profiles and social media profiles are pretty accurate with who people are.
Interesting.
On the average,
Interesting.
Yeah, and so I think be you. Be who you are, you know, good, bad, ugly. Don't just post positive, don't just complain about your misery.
Right. But good tips and strategies. You also say when you're stressed, that's the time to maybe step back.
Yeah, when you're stressed, just, leave it alone for a while, because it can be overwhelming. Yeah.
I get that. Julie, thank you so much. Well, if you want someone positive to follow on social media, this is the gal. Where can we find you?
At Dr. Julie Hanks on pretty much everything. Dr. Julie Hanks.
You own that domain. I love it.
It's mine.
I love it. Julie, thank you so much.
Thanks, Brooke.
Coming up next, the one number.